Joining our conversation here tonight to try to help answer it, national political reporter for Politico, Eliana Johnson.
We've talked about this campaign in terms of Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, and what did Hillary Clinton do wrong and how did she miscalculate? But I think President Obama was the third player in this campaign because his relationship with Donald Trump, as Maggie said, goes back a long time. And in many ways, Trump's election was, I think, a reaction to the Obama presidency and to the relationship between the two of them.
I don't think there are too many people around the president who are telling him that his legal woes are not severe right now, that he doesn't need a lawyer. And I don't think there are too many people around the president telling him that he should tweet more often than he does, or that his cell phone is a good thing for him to hold in his hand when he goes up to the private residence. I think the question really is there a trusted confidant around him who he respects and listens to?
Well, one thing I don't think has been sufficiently appreciated is that the Democrats expended an enormous amount of political capital to pass Obamacare. It took 13 months to craft the law. President Obama talked about it incessantly. He was mocked by Republicans for pounding away at it. Democrats lost 63 seats in Congress, 6 seats in the Senate. I don't know if Republicans were mentally prepared, if they cared about it so much, to expend that kind of political capital and to know, okay, precisely because they're doing something unprecedented, taking away an entitlement, we might lose the House, we might lose the Senate for doing this. Do they care about it that much? I'm not sure. It was in Obama's interest and incumbent upon him almost to calm, to play a soothing role in Democratic ranks when people were so shocked and panicked at Trump's victory, and I think he's done that very effectively.
It is noteworthy, I think, that White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus and the most visible administration official, Press Secretary Sean Spicer, weren't with him on the campaign. But, you know, we talked for our story to the sort of masters of damage control and crisis management who came in and saved the Clinton administration, and they were very clear that there's not much anybody, even the most trusted and skilled crisis managers, can do if the principal himself isn't willing to stick to a disciplined message.
She has two options. One is to stop talking about this. The second is to say, I didn't campaign enough in the Midwest. I didn't talk about the real issues that animated this election, and they were domestic policy issues. They were the economy and they were trade, the things Donald Trump happened to talk about. When you play the blame game here, you talk about Paul Ryan. I think it's important to note, how does he roll out a bill that not one conservative healthcare policy expert supports? This really was a bill without a core constituency of supporters behind it, which I think was its essential problem. Though I know, he wants to blame the Tea Partiers, but how do you explain that?
No, not the Tea Partiers. The Area 51, I will never vote for anything that isn't perfect, people.
Well,
it doesn't exist. It's
legislation. No support. I think that's hard to reconcile.
The issue of misogyny, I mean, she was the most highly paid female speaker in the country, period. And so I think it is misleading, and to cast herself as a victim, I think, is misleading. NYU did a study that put a man playing Hillary Clinton, a female playing Donald Trump, reenacted the debates. The audience reaction demonstrated that she was perceived worse when a man reenacted her role, and Trump was perceived better when he was played by a woman. I just think the argument doesn't wash.